Can you see the shadow? The shadow of your hands, of my hands? Can you see the shadow? Okay, when I say 1, 2, 3, take your hands away. 1, 2, 3.
Oh, how you do that? They look like they're having a good time.
The stunts and Kevin. Yeah, no, this is just the edge of it. Alright, there we go. Sorry about that. I am a man of my word.
Wait.
Oh.
There is a global experiment that's performed on 1.6 billion people across 70 countries twice a year, and it's called daylight savings time. Now, in the spring, when we lose an hour of sleep, we see a subsequent 24% increase in heart attacks.
What? Damn.
In the fall, in the autumn, when we gain an hour of sleep, there's a 21% decrease in heart attacks. So it's bidirectional. Wow. That's how fragile and vulnerable your body is to even just the smallest perturbation of sleep.
1 hour.
1 hour is
That's
all it takes.
insane.
Yeah.
In the 1960s, there was a black man in Africa who came in with abilities complementary to those of Jesus. And he was performing miracles. He was starting to get people to listen to what he had to say. And the cabal tried to kill him, and, you know, they could shoot him in the head and his skull would just regenerate and the flesh would grow back, and he was fine. And, you know, so the crazy story that I heard, which, and remember, I was told at the time that if I disclosed this, that I would be killed. And I ended up putting it in the book anyway.
This is David Wilcox.
The story was that this guy, you know, they finally said, okay, we're going to bring you to the United Nations and share your message with the world. Let's get you on this flight. They bring him on this flight, and instead of bringing him to the United Nations, they shot him repeatedly, and then actually had some kind of meat grinder device, and basically like a bandsaw, I guess, and sawed up his body into a whole bunch of pieces, put him in these very like radioactive shielded containers, and then had all these fighter jets dock with the plane and fly his body parts to all corners of the world, where then these containers turned them into ash. And they thought that maybe this would defeat him, like that his body somehow, the tissue was necessary. So if they destroyed all the tissue in all these places across the world, maybe they could defeat him. Well, he then regenerated in their offices and was fully fine, fully intact. But the sad part is that he said, you know, you guys so badly do not want me to be here that I am not going to be able to do any more. You're going to get what you want, but bear in mind that in the future, many others like me will be coming, and when they do, you will not be able to stop us.
Wow.
Hãy xuân lại ba yang xin sông mà sa ở biển bao hoàng địa ba su lu mà nan yên. Damn.
Ooh, babe, do not get out this car. Do not get out this car.
Oh.
He is finna leave.
Oh, man.
How do you tell people that this species, this race that we are all a part of, is a hybrid race? That we were genetically created by an extraterrestrial intelligence? How do you tell them that? Carefully. You look around and you tell them carefully, depending on where you are. Now, if you're in Baghdad talking to some Sunnis or Shia, you don't even bring the damn subject up. How do you tell them that every major religion on the planet has been initiated and orchestrated by extraterrestrial intelligence? How do you tell Christian fundamentalists that that lovely man from Galilee 2,000 years ago was a part of that program? You don't tell them that unless you've checked the exits and know how the hell you can run and get out of the house.
Okay, well...
If you enjoy content like this, I put out several videos a week. It would be amazing if you hit the subscribe button and join me in the next video.
This is not a drive-through. This is not a drive-through. I don't work here.
She ready to order some. Oh man. Oh, hell no, that's creepy. It's like some demon stuff right here. Demon fashion show? Hell no. Yo, that's crazy. Oh man.
There was a civilization before the Ice Age, before 12,000 years ago, that was the one that was the advanced one. Was the one that built all these incredible things that we're about to talk about.
More advanced than we are.
More advanced in some ways. Not more advanced in cell phones and computers, but more advanced in their understanding of the cosmos, consciousness, energy, this important concept, the Hermetic law of as above, so below, the law of correspondence. They understood that to such a degree that, for instance, something like the Great Pyramids of Giza, they aligned those to the three belt stars of Orion, but not just there. In Teotihuacan, across the entire world in Mexico, they did the same thing. You see the Temple of the Sun, Temple of the Moon, and Temple of Quetzalcoatl. It's the same alignment as those stars like in Egypt. You're seeing parallels across the entire world of the same thing. Even that is not what I mean by that statement about changing history. What I mean by changing history is how about proving that not only was there a civilization that was advanced before the Ice Age, but what if there were multiple civilizations even before that that have come and gone, and what if we can connect the entire narrative?
Oh.
Oh my god.
This is a test. This is only a test.
Right? Strike.
Boom. Hadouken! That's the tappy tappy.
Move far.
Detail. Okay, so this is Earth right here, right? North, Central, South America, Africa. This is our one rotating sun, and this is the other district. It's still in our district, but you know, this is our part of our realm. This whole thing is our realm right here. So the whole thing is our realm. Right here is Lilith's gates. This is Hades' gate. This is where Lilith's castle is at right here in this area. And you can, if we can really catch a boat here. The Ancestral Republic's right here. This land's Anik. This is Ancestral Republic. They could really get a boat, go to here, but as soon as they get here, they got all these goons right here. This is Lilith's gates. They getting tore the hell up right here and pushed right back. So Elon wants to fly, but he can't fly, right? Because, you know, it's too far. You know, he can only fly probably to the Ancestral Republic. From the Ancestral Republic, he got to fly all the way. You know what I'm saying? He can't go this far. We don't have the capabilities to go to the lands of Mars. You know what I'm saying? From this area here. And plus you got to deal with all these people here, so you can't stop and land. You stop and land, man, the Klingons is on your ass real quick. You know what I'm saying? So, and this whole land is a wasteland. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing but dragons over here in these mountains right here in the mountain wall. Okay, so he got to fly and get that free energy source from the president, so that way he can fly from here straight across non-stop and land in area in this land right here, somewhere over here. And because the land of Mars is kind of desolate from the old wars that was happening here in these lands from the Anunnakis and stuff. It was the Anunnaki and us having wars all in these lands over here. Okay, custodians, everybody needs a part of this war. Them, Nibiru, which is Marduk. Marduk is Anunnaki, became the king of Nibiru. You got the custodians, which is a mix of Anunnaki. You know what I'm saying? This is still Anunnaki lands, and of course, you got the children of Tiamat, which live here, which are Anunnaki bloodlines too. It's 13 different bloodlines, but they're all living in this areas that I just showed y'all. So, yeah, man. So the reason why they trying to get up out of here is because Lilith is about to rise up to reclaim everything back. You know what I'm saying? She already took out, you know what I'm saying, the other leader, which is Enki, and now she's controlling the whole realm. So she about to take control of the whole realm and basically put the prisoners back in prison. The people who are in prison are supposed to be the custodians of this land, right? So that's why majority of the people who are in prison are African American, but really they're supposed to be the custodians of the land, and the roles are supposed to be flipped. So these are the children of Tiamat in these lands. So that's why they're trying to get the hell up out of here. They got to get up out of here as fast as possible, but they're not taking everybody with them. They're only taking the elite. You know, and the other people, like, they're going to try to go to Greenland and, you know what I'm saying, and Canada to fly out, go to probably this Asgard, which is up here. Asgard's right here. They may try to fly up to Asgard, but Asgard not having it, man. You can only be from a royal bloodline if you live here. They got their own stuff going on right here, everywhere. They got their stuff going on everywhere, you know what I mean? Their own civilization. So, you know, if they think they're about to come to another civilization, Bogar, with the technology that we have, they're toast. So the only choice they have is to fly to Mars. They can't go underwater. The mermaids rule the waters. So they have to go fly across. It's the only choice. And they have to have a port here so they can go back and forth from Mars to Earth, right? And I know they ain't going over here. That's a no-no. You know what I'm saying? Now they're nowhere else. Are they good? Lands of Draco? I don't think so. The only place close enough for them to reach is right here. So, I mean, but they got to get past all these goons right here, Hell's Gate right here, and I'm pretty sure it's all this area right here. So it's a lot to cover.
So my ET parents are Zeta, so they're gray. And, you know, of course I have...
Why don't you have a big head and huge eyes?
Yeah, so my physical DNA is, I mean, human, which is, once again, this mix, this hybridization. We're an experiment. We're a hybrid experiment. But my soul is very much so connected to the Zetas and the Galactic Federation.
You're stealing right to jail. You're playing music too loud, right to jail, right away. You're driving too fast, jail. Slow, jail. You're charging too high prices for sweaters, glasses, you right to jail. You undercook fish, believe it or not, jail. You overcook chicken, also jail. Undercook, overcook. You make an appointment with the dentist and you don't show up, believe it or not, jail, right away. We have the best patients in the world because of jail.
I was not to blow it.
Oh.
Ain't nothing down here real. Only thing down here is energy. And what you call a physical is nothing but an emanation of something someplace else. And in actuality, you are someplace inside of your head, dreaming outside, and this is the hologram that you're seeing, and you can't understand it. The white boy dealing with. They have studied your stuff, and after World War II, and by the 70s, they say, okay, we're going to give them all the other stuff, you know, science, you know, a little bit of mathematics, some grammar, some political science, some public relations, and all of this stuff you go to college for. We're going to be studying chaos physics, holographic universe, new physics, and all of that type of stuff. 3 crosses at Calvary is a representation, it's a Christian copy of the damn 3 pyramids in the Giza Plateau. Ain't that some shit? Yes. Now, so the universe that you're looking at is a holographic universe that don't even exist. The universe that you're seeing out there is actually a reflection of the universe in your head. That out there is only a reflection, and these eyes are reflecting from inside out. You are not here, you are in there. But you're thinking that this is real. That's why you can't get on top of it. These are called emanations. They are being emanated, all of this is being emanated from a circle in the back called Dot, the black dot, Sirius B, which is in the back of your head. Satan, get behind me.
For my lawyer,
Make sure you get my picture in there.
Yes.
Thank you. Then I'm going to sue your for taking my...
The average apple in a grocery store is over a year old.
Are you kidding me?
No, over a year old. We could make something look ripe. We could pick it green in Argentina or even locally, and then throw a gas called ethylene oxide on it, and it'll look like it's ripe. There is no mold, there is no fungus, there are no bacteria. They are perfect. Now, if a mold or bacteria isn't interested in eating those things, why in the world would we put them in our mouth?
Facts. What the...
It looks like a desk lamp, is cool to the touch, and appears to be doing nothing until it comes into contact with water. 92-year-old former Spitfire pilot Peter Davey claims his invention uses the power of sound to boil water.
Yes, they're the baffled how it works. Nobody really knows how it works.
Davey believes high-frequency sonic vibrations emitted from within the silver bulb cause the water to boil. He says the idea came to him 50 years ago when he noticed different saxophone notes caused different household items to rattle.
The most powerful family here in the American shores who came over are the Collins family. Collins comes from Colon, Cristobal Colon, who is Columbus. Hence you've got the District of Columbia, the Knights of Columbia, Columbia Pictures, Columbia the country, British Columbia. Who owns that? Families. They own them. That's why they have their separate state laws, because it goes back to their separate trust funds that they created.
District of Columbia, right?
Yeah.
Did you already say that?
I said that one.
Yeah, DC.
DC.
Now, DC, is that not part of the United States, or is it so? Because they always hear they complain they can't vote in America, but that's done on purpose, right? That it's kind of like the City of London and the Vatican. It's its own sovereign thing. Am I wrong on that? Or is that the UN?
It is. The Farnese family owns it, and the Orsini, and I think the Colonna, absolutely the Colonna family, which is Collins, the Collins family. They own it all. It's their property. Columbia is Columb, which is the dove, which is David, and the Star of David is Saturn, which is Cronus.
Mushrooms can look for broken DNA. They're intelligent, and they look around to see where you need help that no herb, no vitamin can do.
In Japan,
they had a fungi and it climbed through the petri dish and reorganized the train station in Japan so it would be more optimal.
Yes.
Fungi did that.
Yes.
Humans couldn't even do that. Fungi did that. You know that every step we take on the planet, there's 300 miles of mycelium underneath every single little step we take.
So when you're grounding, you're connecting the sole of your foot with the soul of the universe. That is touching the mycelium network so you can receive the message of change and shift.
Whew. The intelligence is right there.
Oh no, she did.
What is she doing? Oh.
Oh, he done got up there. Look at that. Nope. Yeah, that water's boiling.
Yo, this dude has got to be the greatest finesse of all time. People lining up to get paid and punished is crazy. Put Shorty in the school. Hold on, peep the swag though. Two of them. The funny is, right, he displayed it, right, but look at Shorty fighting back the tears though. Is that from
This can't be
the art,
real.
or is she still so?
Yeah, it's gotta be AI, right? Got him.
Right there. You cannot tell me that is not deliberate. You cannot tell me that is natural, right? And then, look. Am I crazy? Whoa, this is deep.
But I believe today the most serious evil organization on the face of the earth is the Vatican. You're talking the Knights of Malta, which gave us the 6 men who founded the CIA in America, were all Catholics, members of the Knights of Malta. When you begin to look at the banking fraternities in America, like the Bank of America, Union Bank in California, all of these people who founded these banks and today are running the banking establishment are all Knights of Malta, Catholic Masonry. All the kings and rulers in Europe rule by the divine right. It's called the divine right of kings. What are you talking about? Who represents divine to give the king the right? The Pope. The Pope appoints certain families to be over the French. The Pope appoints certain people to be over the Germans and over the British. And so by divine right. Why? Because the Pope represents God. And the Pope says that this family is holy and that they should rule. And therefore they can now say they rule by divine right.
The trailing guard takes aim, waits for a clear shot, and with impressive accuracy,
Damn.
target checked.
Cole knocked him out.
When the thief came to, he was arrested.
It's an Uber. Can you drive away, please?
I need to call the police.
Yeah.
Oh, wake up.
What happened?
Oh.
Bishop.
Oh, dude, that's nasty.
I think it is, man.
Fresh. Melody, focus.
Focus, baby girl. I'm over here. Look. What are you looking at? There's nothing over there.
ما شاء الله اليوم الخميس ما شاء الله تبارك الرحمن 6 رمضان ما شاء الله تبارك لا ما شاء الله تبارك الرحمن ما شاء الله كله بارك
What is that?
Understand that Egyptians, they understand that you got to fight away evil spirits, right? And all the power is in the dark. You read the Quran, and the Quran that say God created the world in triple darkness, right? Triple dark. That means wherever God at is the dark. That means it's power in the dark. When you close your eyes and meditate. When Jesus came to this earth, he spent most of his time in the dark. Closing his eyes, meditate, because you're more peaceful in the dark. Because that's where you connect the most with God at. Because God in the dark, what people don't know about earth is, this earth ain't nothing but like, we like a reflection. We're a reflection, that's why I come out as the light. So everything is the same, but we kind of like reflecting here. So we like we're a shadow of God.
Oh.
Hola, buenos días, ¿cómo estás? Hoy te traje agüita, ¿quieres? ¿Quieres agüita? ¿Sí o no? Eso es no o sí. ¿Quieres agüita? Te traje mucha agüita. ¿Tienes sed? Pero salúdame primero, ¿cómo estás? Hola hermosa, buenos días, hola, 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 hola. Ese es aire, ¿no? ¡Ay! ¡Ay! ¿Es aire o eres tú? Porque dicen que estoy loca, que hay un hilo por aquí y que no sé qué, aquí no hay ningún hilo, no hay nada, no hay ninguna rata. ¿Verdad que eres tú? ¿Verdad que eres tú, hermosa? Te voy a poner agüita. ¡Qué rica la agüita! ¿Quieres agüita? ¡Qué delicia de agüita! ¿Cómo estás? Buenos días. Saluda a todos los que dicen que estoy loca. Y que eres una no sé qué, y que es el aire, no hay nada, no hay ningún hilo, porque pues vamos pasando, enséñales que no hay nadie alrededor, ni un hilo. ¿Ya viste? Hola, niñita. Lo que pasa es que querías agüita, ¿verdad que sí? No hay nadie. Hola, hola, salúdalos a todos, diles hola, hola, dile, no sé si sea al aire, no sé qué sea, pero yo nada más me muevo sola. No hay hilos, miren, no hay hilos por ningún lado. Hola, mi amor, hola. Hola, hola. ¿Querías agüita? Uy. Ya ven. Adiós, ya me voy a trabajar.
That dude, yo.
Os outros projetos de infraestrutura nacional trabalham em todas as etapas. Vou tirar isso aqui. Desde a fórmula.
For the first time in like a long time, all the planets about to align. Remember I told you about the 7 chakras outside your body, right? Remember I told you the universe is inside you? The 7 planets about to align for the first time. You got the planes and all this stuff fall, everybody get like higher realm. Remember I told you about the firmament they locked you in? So for the first time in history, when all this align, all the consciousness is rising up high. So right now, like, planes is falling because, like, the chemics, the laws of chemics and shit, that shit don't exist no more. So, like, planes are falling from the sky, right? So for the first time, you about to see, like, the plane lines is the first time to get out of here. It's like a few times to get out of Earth and like come around every once in a while. And this is one of the times you can get out of here. And one time Jesus was talking about when they said Jesus died and went up. Now Jesus knew about the time. It was time for Jesus to go. Jesus only had a little time to be here. When there's a line, Jesus had to get the fuck up out of here or Jesus was gonna be stuck here. Everybody's getting woke now. Everybody's waking up. This is the time when everybody in line, everybody's gonna go up.
Who do you think you are today? The more we learn about this covenant of God. What blood? The blood of this covenant. Glory to God. That's good. Yes, like Moses of old. There's the coming one. Oh. Don't ever do it. Don't ever feel sorry for yourself. Don't ever do it. Absolutely stunning. Just delicious. It's so good. And he will be like Moses, and he'll live 120 years. And he said, yeah. Preach it, brother, preach it, brother, preach it. Just before the cross. And we have a healing covenant. Dwells in me. The pure, spotless blood of God. And Hesed was performed for me. He's my blood brother, and my father is my friend.